Screenwriter Lance Peters and director George Snowy River Miller were both in town for the release of Gross Misconduct. It was interesting hearing why each became fascinated by this project.
I knew it was very relevant, very hot, very current. I had to do it.
What do you mean by very hot?
Sexy. It was a hot topic. It's a sexy topic, and I think the characters that Jimmy plays is a very sort of 90s person. You know, I mean, it was very relevant.
Can't they write about anything else?
No, it's not true.
So what? I still look like an idiot. How do you think I feel?
I am sorry again, okay? How many times do I have to say that?
When I first found the story of the original Orr case back in 1969, I thought, this is powerful stuff, and this won't date. It's because it goes back 3,000 years to the Greeks. Now, the professor is a Platonic professor of philosophy, a Platoist, and part of the teachings of Plato through Socrates was that teachers should have sexual relations with their students as part of the learning process. In Plato's writings, there is a lot about the lust he had for a number of his students and the affairs he had with them. So we're talking about a topic that is not, it's trendy at the moment to a certain extent. It's come out in the open a lot in Australia, but it actually dates back 3,000 years.
The Greeks, they enjoyed their sexuality. I mean, they were open and shameless, you know. None of this. Plato says that there is no right and wrong in love. No absolute right or wrong in love. Everything depends on the circumstances.
Let me tell you a funny thing. There's a classroom scene, and of course all of the young girls and boys who were playing the students had tablets to write on and props. And during the lunch break, my first assistant director said, "Come here and see this." And he said, "Look what the girls are writing down about Jimmy." I went, "Wow, he really is an attractive man." It wouldn't bear repeating, but he just has this kind of carnal magnetism.
And then we grow to perceive that the beauty of one body is related to the beauty of another. And then if genuine beauty is what we seek, we are foolish not to recognize that the beauty of every body, male and female, is one and the same.
You know, there are some people who think, you know, you shouldn't have foreign actors in Australian films. Well, I actually think that there is justification in Gross Misconduct.
Well, look, put it this way. Shall it be an industry or shall it be a cottage industry? At the American film market, you know, with all those cynical buyers going, Jimmy Smith, yes, we'll have that, yes. 24 countries buy it. So the work of all of the Australian technicians, all of the art department people, all the other cast, dozens of them, is taken to the world. And having an international star like Jimmy helps that and helps, you know, enliven our industry, and I think it's worth it.
I'm not a child, you know, and I've got strong feelings towards you, and I don't know if it's love or lust.
I saw Brides of Christ, and I thought, what terrific actors the girls were. And somebody sent me a tape of a model. It arrived, model so-and-so, and I put it in the videotape player, and I went, yep, beautiful. That's the kind of person. Now, if we could get, I called the casting person, I said, if we can get somebody who looks like that, but is able to act like one of these girls, and she said, she is one of these girls. It was Naomi Watts. And then the great joy of picking up the telephone and dialing and saying, "Hi, it's me, do you want to do the gig?" It was one of the great joys of my life.
George Miller and Lance Peters talking about Gross Misconduct.